Hello, so this is me again, and today we'll look at the from method in the array prototype. It's a less frequently used method in JavaScript, and we'll look at how we could use that uh, by using a practical example. So this is the Olympics website, and here if I go to all past games, it gives a list of all the Olympic Games that has happened, you know. So for some reason, if I want to scrap this information from this website, one thing I could do is manually, type this into a text pad, but that's not the efficient use of our time. We could automate it somehow, right? So let me pull in the uh, inspector or the dev tools. Yeah. So now I have my dev tools and I just want to go to those lists. So this is the list. So let me look at this. Yeah. So one thing I notice is it's a section with link item class, and there is this paragraph tag. So it's the first paragraph tag which contains the city and the year. So that's mostly what I want. So let me start typing. So document dot query selector all, because I want everything. Yeah. So query selector all, and it was a section. And what was the link item? Let me copy that and copy this, and so it has to have a class. So and then I want the first paragraph, I mean the paragraph tag within that. So this is what I need. Okay. So now what we have is a node list. Uh, so there is the problem with this is not exactly an array, although it shows as an array data structure. It's an array-like data structure. Node list is an array-like data structure, which means that there are some functions that you cannot run on a node list. For example, node list dot map. Yeah. So this is what I meant, like uncaught type error. Node list dot map is not a function uh, because it's an array like. Node list is an array like uh, data structure, but it's not exactly an array. So what we can do here is we'll first create um, we'll first get the nodes. Yeah. So we have the nodes, and then we have something called array dot. So when I go array dot from, so what this method does is I can create an array from array like data structure. So here we have seen that node list is an array like data structure. So I'm going to create arrays from this node list. That should be it. Yeah. So let's see what sections. So sections, now the things we see here, these are exactly, these are actual arrays. These are actual array data structures. So I can map, filter, and do all that stuff here. So now what I want is just the city and the year of all the Olympic Games, right? So what I can do now is I can create a const called games, and so this is like, yeah. So I'm going to map and derive and then get the inner text of this. Yeah. So let's see what the output is. Okay, so it is given the city and the year, but there's a problem here. Uh, there's like 79 count of items, but uh, I could see that there are some duplicates. As in what I'm trying to say here is, uh, this thing starts with the 2022, and the last thing is Athens 1896. But that's not the last thing in the one we have got here. It seems to have Singapore 2010 as the last one, which means that there are a lot of duplicates. Okay, so Beijing 2008 was 2008. Okay, so yeah, so this is Beijing 2008, and there is Beijing 2008 here as well. Hmm. And Athens 2004. So the only difference I can see between these two is the casing. Like, these are all caps, whereas the duplicate that we see is like it's like a normal case, like uh, as in the first letter is capitalized, but everything else is small. So we can remove the duplicates. Of course, like we can use something like a low dash or something, but I'm just doing it quickly on my console. So I can use the index of logic to filter out the duplicates. What do I mean by that is, so games dot filter, and what do I want to filter? First I get the game and then the index, and then what I could do is, uh, in the games dot index of game dot to uppercase, yeah. And then I want to trim off the spaces if there is any. Yeah. So this thing, index of this should be equal to index. So I'll explain why this would work, but let's see whether this worked. Yeah. So we have essentially filtered out the duplicates. So now our list, there is just 53, and it starts with Beijing and ends with Athens, as in the UI, as displayed in the UI. Yeah. So why this thing worked, how it filtered out the duplicates is because index of will stop when it finds the first match. So we are just converting the iterating element, which is game, like every string in this array. We are converting it to uppercase and then trimming it. When we do that, for example, when it reaches something like a duplicate like by Beijing 2008, it will be all caps Beijing 2008. And when we run an index of, that index of will be here, the one at the top, which is even before this. And the current index will be the index pointing to the second one, this duplicate. So the indexes will not be the same. So it would return a false, and hence it would be filtered out. So yeah, we could use something like a Lodash, and use a method like unique or something, but this essentially does the same on an array. We could get the filtered unique results. Yeah. So we now have this thing. We can just copy this object, and then we can paste it. Yeah. So now we have this uh, list of Olympic Games, and it's a much efficient way. We have programmatically got it out. Yeah. So today we have seen two important things like Array.from, which is like we can convert array-like data structures into arrays. And why do we do that is so that we can run these functions such as map, filter, reduce, and things like that, which are not available on array-like data structures such as node list. So that's the thing. And we also saw an extra additional thing of how to filter out unique items from an array without any third-party library. Yeah. So that's all for today. Uh, I'll see you soon in the next video. Yeah. Thanks. Bye.